a good time. Put a smile on your face, yeah. Can't be Cam and Elation Radio. Even brighten your day and help you through the night. Bring you good music. Can't be Cam and Elation Radio. And here's your host, Kimmy Kim.
Shout out D on the track, Paint Music Media. Shout out DJ Lee Productions, and I'm Al Ken. But if you a game changer, got my head, my grind on high. Win, lose, and drought, I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 I'm full court press. I pledge allegiance to the best. Ain't nothing left to give it that reverence that the Father gets. So every day I work the sweat, can get a flesh another rest. They say go hard or go home. I say just do whatever's best. It's evident I'm blessed and I work like it. Fight like a Viking. Fight like a lichen. The difference is I like it, so I shine like I'm lightning. So I'm going head to head with certain depth. Who you liking? Yeah. So it's time for coach to put me in. I'm strapping on my shoulder pads, lacing up my cleats, and then I'm gone with the wind. Like I'm gone in 60 seconds. You can't hold me, you can't check me. Check the memo, check the message running through. Like I'm baddest, I'm trucking whoever standing in my way. Ain't no way you gon' stop me. You better off to let me in. Cause I go hard, even though they say no way that I could win. Like I'm Brett Ford, I'ma ride this way. My head to the sky, my grind on high. Win, lose, and drought, I'ma ride till I die. I go hard and
my good people, Charles McCutchen here. I'm your favorite entrepreneur, and our brother is tired. Our brother is tired. Yeah, oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start, y'all. I really don't. And as for those who just now coming here, Charles McCutchen, I am a real estate expert. I'm that guy. I'm going in real estate. I love it. I love it. I love it. Everything I do revolves around real estate. Have a nonprofit helping the homeless, veterans, and those prisoners transitioning from the prison system. I'm a best-selling author as well. And there's so many different things out there, from the government contracting. Oh, my goodness. This week has been pretty amazing. Even last week, pretty more amazing. And it just keeps, God is just good. I'm going to just say that. You know, and a lot of y'all already know that. But you always have to just put it out there, you know, once or 50 times. God is good, and God is showing up and doing everything he said he would do, because I'm doing everything I know I need to do to get there. So I just want to welcome everybody to Charles's Corner. This is a Elation radio production, in a sense, to where we provide insight and on this show. And for me, it's like I get this big mixing bowl and I put everything together to make this cake. That's what we're doing. We've been baking this cake for a long time, and it's like you just need the right ingredients so you can move forward. What I do on this show, I provide a lot of content, but I like to talk about what I'm actually going through, because it makes it so much easier for me. And some of y'all already know what I've been going through, and it's really, 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 really ramping up with all the different people that I'm partnering with and touching and getting to get advice from. It's just an amazing time. It's a lot of time is put into what I do and helping people, and in a sense helping myself as well on this journey. I just saw something online, and me and some folks are going back right now, back and forth, and there was a question that was put out, and a lot of people are answering the question, and it has to do with our mindset. So somebody posted something on social media, and it was saying that most people just need money, income. Entrepreneurs, people need income, and they don't need mindset training. They don't need mentors. They don't need support groups. They need cold, hard money. So, with that being said, myself and a lot of other entrepreneurs are going back and forth and we're speaking on this. And I have a different mindset because I've been on this journey for a long time, left corporate on 14 September 2012. And let me see, what's today? 13 September 2021. And tomorrow is my day. Tomorrow is my day, y'all. I'm going to just be honest. Tomorrow is my day. 14 September 2012. I think it was a Friday. I left corporate. I was doing ballistic missile defense. And I will tell you this, and I'm going to get back to that story, but I will tell you this. The day I woke up on okay, let me give y'all a little bit of insight. So going to work, I love my job when I used to do ballistic missile defense. And it was just, it was bigger than a job because I know I was protecting everybody doing missile defense. And as I'm going through the days, I still didn't really like getting up in the morning. It is what it is. So on Sundays, and this is even before I got to that job, on Sundays, I would just get this feeling. I don't know if y'all ever got it before, but it was a Sunday night feeling around 7 p.m. to where I just was like, man, I got to get up and go do this and be around these people and that person. And I didn't really want to do it. But, I did it. And that Sunday, I didn't have that feeling, when I had left corporate that Friday. And then Monday came. I got up and I was like, okay, I'm not working anymore. What do I do? So it was like I had already been working before that, my own businesses or what have you. But it was just a surreal moment to say, like, nobody can tell me I have to do anything. And that was big for me. It may not be for you, but for me at that moment in time, I felt free. And where I worked, we had to wear dark suits, like black, like dark blue. That just was a culture. And your belt had to match your shoes, and your socks had to match your pants. So that's just where we were. So you see me in out there suits and stuff like that. And so when I left corporate, I still wear suits and stuff. But the one thing I changed is my socks. I don't know. I started getting all these colorful different socks and supporting causes with the socks. I got Superman socks. I got socks with designs and all these red and blue and orange and all this. And that to me was freedom, literally. Just having socks that doesn't match my pants. And I know some people look at it like, man, it's always a conversation starter any place I go. And it's like it's a part of me now, so I just do that. So today we were discussing entrepreneurship, and people just need money. They don't need mentors. They don't need all that blah, blah, blah. And I had a difference of opinion, and my opinion was such that I would say mindset is number one. And the only reason somebody will say that mindset is not number one, just in my book, is because they don't really understand how powerful mindset is. And as I was speaking to the lady, I told her that you can give people money. That don't mean they're going to know what to do with it. You can get all this money in the world, but you see a lot of people lose money. They hit the lotto. It's already recorded. It's documented. They lose money because they don't have the mentality to understand what to do with the money because they haven't been given that type of money. So we was going back and forth. But, no matter what, to me, it's all about, having the mindset, understanding it, and partnering with people and everything like that. So that's how we went. Without partnerships, I definitely will not be where I am right now, of course, and going down on this journey because we're all on a journey. Some of y'all by yourselves, and you're going to probably be by yourself for a long time until you find the right people to fit your puzzle. and then you bring them aboard, and you find the next person and bring them aboard, and you start formulating this puzzle to where it starts to look like something. And it just takes time. It's definitely not overnight. Anything that you think you're going to get overnight is probably not going to be what you thought it was going to be. And I tell people, don't give up. Great things just take time. There's nobody that's going to just, I'm there, everything is done. It doesn't work that way. It just takes time. And so I've been going back and forth with a lot of people this week, and as I tell y'all, I've been telling people about the development, about the development here in Virginia Beach, and it's more of some insight. And there's a lot of stuff I leave off because the world is not ready for us yet. And I say us, I come with a team of people, but they're not ready for us yet in some of the things that we have to bring out. But as far as the basics, I'll give you all the basics of what we're doing. And I know I keep talking about it, but it's been a long road, and I can see the light. They say you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not another train coming. It's actually a light at the end of this tunnel, and it's not a train. And I'm excited for the people, the many people we get to help on this journey. We're going to help 2,000 plus people. We're going to be at the colleges, at the universities. The goal is bringing on all these people who are interns or what have you, come up with some type of program where they can help with the development. And I'm talking about they meaning probably college students. I want to get a group of students that are in high school and just bring them to the development and let them talk to an engineer. Let them talk to an architect. Let them talk to the CPA. Let them talk to people that's actually working out there to have a conversation to get a different look. And, this is something I want to do literally across the country because there's different developments in different areas. But I definitely want to start it here in the Virginia market to get these different students in front of something different. It's not a sport. We don't have to do a sport. This is something that a skill set that can live on depending on what these young folks want to do, young minds want to do. So my goal is to create these programs. And I already have people that have these programs created. Now it's just getting with them, let them keep doing what they're doing and coordinate times to have conversations with them, and they bring the students. Before all this COVID, I've been doing this for years, going into different high schools. I'm doing elementary schools, been doing colleges, and going in there, universities, and speaking. And it stopped during COVID, of course, and maybe it'll get picked up at some point in time where I can get back over there and discuss. And my goal is, as we move forward in all this development stuff, these schools that I've already spoken to, they're definitely going to call me up to come back out and speak because I've already been there, done that, and I'm going to maybe do some teaching as well. I'm a natural born teacher. I think it just comes with the territory. Whether you're in the classroom, out of the classroom, you're naturally just given information that you learn so you can help people out. And so as we go down this journey, that was one of the things. So we have a $200 million development. It's a mixed-use development. And all mixed-use means is there's a lot of different types of developments that's going to be going inside there, to where we have the single family, the duplexes, the triplexes, the quadplexes. We have the apartment complexes. We have the veteran assisted living facility, from the parking garage to the park in and of itself. So it's a lot of different moving parts and people that are involved, when putting something to this magnitude together. And one of the biggest things that, we're working on right now is the funding. And I know I've talked to people about funding, and this is nothing different than doing it for the hedge funds or working with hedge funds and stuff like that. From the time I know I told you all about funding the theme park. So we still need more funding for that, but I put everything that I have on hold until we fund the development here in Virginia. I just had to do it, only due to I don't want something, and I probably could have got something funded, but I just chose to wait it out. And those that want to work with me will wait. Those that don't will promenade on and keep it moving. But I just feel that I dedicated a lot of time, a lot of effort of my own personal time, and we have other people who put in more time than myself on getting this. And it's almost going to be, they say everything comes in time. God's going to give it to you when you're ready. And I just feel that that's just where it has to be. Even though everybody wants it now, I think it's going to be right on time when it does get here. When I say it, the funding, and then we might as well say start the parade once the funding comes. Because it has to be a parade due to the many people we're going to touch. And the goal is to, duplicate the process. Why can't we do this across the country? I don't think anything that can stop us. And I've spoken to a lot of y'all about opportunity zones and opportunity zone funds. And I bring that up because there's a lot of capital that is going to be deployed from now until the end of the year. This is no secret. There's a company you need to watch called BlackRock. A lot of people know about them. I think they got $9.7 trillion in assets, maybe across the world, across the country. Who knows? They just have a lot of assets. And you have a lot of high net worth people, companies, family offices, hedge funds, pension funds. They follow that company because that company makes a lot of noise, being that if you have all those assets and you shift one way, you can shift the whole, you can shift finances for some. Imagine they have a lot of money in a stock that you're in, and say they put $5 million into a stock that you're in, and they shift their $5 million, that stock is going to shift. So they make what we call power moves. So the same thing is what I'm hearing, and please don't take this as gospel. I'm just having a conversation. This is just Charles speaking. This is not any legal, any type of advice. I tell anybody, anything that I give you, please, please, please do your own document, do your own due diligence, speak to your own legal team, do all of that, because I grasp information from different sources, and I take it with a grain of salt. One person may say one thing, another person may say another thing, and then I just take it, and if it suits me, I use it. If it doesn't, I throw it out. So what I'm about to tell you is, if this suits you, use it. If not, throw it out. Look at it. Don't look at it. That's on you. It's just information that I heard from. Right now, it's going to be multiple sources. So, and the credibility behind the source is what gets me to really start to really pay attention to different things. So when you have an entity that has a lot of money and they move money into different things, I like to follow what they do. That's all. And by following what they do, they're telling me that them as a company, they're looking at the stock market and they're seeing some things that they don't really like. So they're moving accordingly. Now you take that how you want to take it. And when I say moving accordingly, they're moving away from the stock market because of different telltale signs that they don't like. And I'll give you an example. For me, in the real estate world, you can kind of tell the up and down of the market by, one, what I do is I talk to different mortgage loan originators. Two, as I look at the 10-year treasury yield. Then you're looking at what's going on in the market, get your ear to the ground. And that kind of gives you a little bit of indication of where the market is going. Like, I know around the country, there was a big seller's market. They was going freaking stupid. It's starting to slow down a little bit to where if the saying is what goes up, y'all already know the answer to that. And so it's going to be a shift to where there's going to be a buyer's market. And since there's going to be a buyer's market, there's going to be a lot of assets that you have access to that can be purchased. and it's going to be purchased for lower than the obscene amounts that people are purchasing property for right now. So I see people paying $100,000 over asking price, and I think that is pretty outrageous personally. And I tell people just wait it out. So I have my team of people that I work with say, no, don't buy anything right now. Just wait it out. Just wait it out. And then when the market shifts, that same $300,000 property, you might be able to get it for $250, $230. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of foreclosures, I personally feel. Not saying I heard that from anybody, but I just feel there's going to be a lot of foreclosures. And with foreclosures, you can get them at a discount. So it's just information. And I brought up opportunity zones because opportunity zones is a method by which you can create an opportunity zone fund and get access to funding. So right now what's going on, it's going to, and this is just me talking, it's going to be a frenzy, I believe, before the end of the year is out, because there's been talks about 1031 exchanges, and all a 1031 is let's say you have a 10 unit, 10 properties or 10 units, and you sold that 10 unit and you made $1 million of profit. Well, the IRS is going to come knocking at your door because they want their cut. And that $1 million is what we call a capital gain. So what people do is say, well, I'll just get a 1031 officer, a person that's going to place this money into another 10 unit or greater, or they call it a like asset or greater. So they place that money there, and they really kick the can down the road so they don't have to pay. Right now, it could be about 23% in capital gains. And it depends on how long you've had it, depending on, it could be up to, higher than 23%. But I know it's like 23.4 or something like that, 23.5%. And so people kick the can down the road by getting another 1031, another 1031, another 1031. Then some people use trust. There's that Delaware statutory trust out there that you could put in and try to alleviate capital gains. And I'm just telling y'all different things that I know about. The other thing is the Opportunity Zone Fund. So I was on a call. It was a big Zoom meeting, and we're discussing 1031s, and these are people that tied to legislation and stuff like that. And we're discussing 1031s. We were discussing capital gains. And on that call, this is just what I heard, there may be some changes with 1031s. They don't know if it's going away or going to change or lower the amount. I don't know. There's going to be some changes with capital gains. And what that means, if capital gains goes from 23, what if they put it at 33% or put it at 43% to say, kind of give y'all a snapshot, let's say you did that same 10-unit deal and you made $1 million in capital gains, and you didn't want to put it in a 1031, you didn't want to put it into an opportunity zone, you just say, well, I'll just pay the taxes. If the taxes are 43%, that means $430,000 is gone of your $1 million. Now, let's keep it 100. Everybody wants all their coins, right? So you can take that $1 million and put that into an opportunity zone fund, and depending on how long you keep it in there, you can escape paying capital gains to where your capital gains can be zero. So of the $1 million, you don't pay any gains. You don't pay any taxes on it. Imagine that. Imagine that. So what these places are called are opportunity zones. And these opportunity zones are designated areas that's been designated by your governor in your area. That is we call these places with land called census tracts. So these census tracts, like one census tract can be 100 acres, 200 acres, 300 acres. So a lot of people think it's just one, which is really right now 8,700 and maybe 42 zones. And I know it changes or whatever, but they have the zones set already. So they're basically, these opportunity zones are economically distressed communities. That's basically what they are. And they've been certified by the U.S. Treasury Department. And I think it went into effect June 14, 2018 is when they were certified and everything. And they're going to remain in effect to like 2028, December 31. So These funds are basically investment vehicles. And I have a fund. I'm a fund manager. So these funds in that fund are used to invest in opportunity zones. So anybody that's a taxpayer, that's an accredited investor, or a sophisticated investor can invest in one of these funds. So and one of the questions I get asked on the real estate side is, who did your fund? Is your fund ready to go? The legal paperwork behind the fund. So it's a lot of different ways for this fund to be done. Legislation really started out in 2017. I know Senator Tim Scott was on it, and you got senators, there's so many different people. I don't feel like going through everybody's names, but it was at the White House level, and there was a lot of support on both sides to get this off, because what it does, what this opportunity zone does, it actually grows. It's like a growth spurt in the community. You can help the community grow by doing it. And it's part of like the tax reform package that happened back in the day. So, that's out there. So department came in and they defined what an opportunity zone is, low income census tracts, where new investments under certain conditions that can be eligible for what we call preferential tax treatment. And under the program, investors may, underline the word may, defer, reduce, or potentially, we like that word, potentially eliminate capital gains tax if they invest their gains into those communities for a length of time, and it's like 10 years and 1 day, truthfully. So that's kind of how it works. So one thing I do hear, and I got to bring it up, it's something that I hear. Some people say that this program is only for people with money. Some people say all it is gentrification. So I get a lot of different sayings about what it is and what it is not. And what I do know is, imagine a pot of money that's like $7.8 trillion, $7.4 trillion out there, and you have access to it. Now, do you want a little bit or do you want a lot? Because there's a lot out there. You have to get in position to be able to receive. And once you receive it, now you essentially become your own bank. So if you become your own bank, and let's say you had $50 million, what could you do with that $50 million? Could you use that $50 million to put into your community? That's all I'm saying. Can you use that $50 million to go into your community, to grow your community? And to me, that's what opportunity zones are. It's a way to get capital to invest in your community to do that thing that you want to do. I don't care who's in your system. If you get outside capital, the city will listen, the municipality will listen, the people will listen. Now, let's say 50 million turns into 100 million, turns into 200 million, turns into 500 million. Now, that's a different type of money. What can you do with 500 million? Can you inject that into your community and do something that's going to create jobs, maybe help the kids, help the elderly? What are you willing to do to get it done? Because anybody can complain, and that's easy. I get that all the time. Anybody can complain what they don't have, but the one thing I ask people is, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to put the work in? And it's a yes or no question. I mean, a lot of people are not willing to put the work in, but they're willing to complain. So, and these people that I'm hearing complaining don't know about the program. So it's like you don't know about the program, but you're complaining about the program, and you haven't done anything with the program. First things first, person I am, I'm going to complain. You better believe that. But I'm going to work at the same time. It's like writing a paper. I don't want to write the paper. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm going to complain, but I'm still going to do it. That's what separates, a lot of people from anything. Some complain and do nothing. Some complain and do the work. So there's key benefits for investors when doing this. And this is what I talk to investors about all the time, every day, all day. There's a temporary deferral of taxes of previously earned capital on capital gains. Like I told you, the 10 unit, you get the $1 million. Investors can place their existing assets or accumulated capital gains into the fund, and they're not taxed, depending on how long they keep it there. There's a thing called a step-up of basis, or a basis step-up of previously earned capital gains that were invested. For capital gains placed in Opportunity Zone for at least 5 years, investor basis on the original investment increases by 10%. And all that means is if the IRS comes out and says, we're going to bump this up, capital gains are now 33%, but if you put your money into Opportunity Zone Fund for 5 years, we'll take off 10%, so now you only 23%. If it's at 23% already, and they say you put it in for 5 years, now you at 13% paying on your money. That's just something, I'm just telling you all. Then the third thing is permanent exclusion of taxable gains or taxable income on new gains. And what that means is when an investor holding their money in there for at least 10 years, investors will pay no taxes on any gains produced through their investment that's in a qualified Opportunity Zone Fund, or QOZ. Or QOS, Qualified Opportunity Zone Fund, and then there's QOZ. So it's all about being qualified for one, understanding how long you've had your gains for two, making sure you have the right attorneys on board, and putting all that stuff together, family. This is not a game. This is life-changing to me. It's definitely life-changing. And a lot of people haven't taken it on board yet. That's just what it is. So they haven't taken the information and moved with it yet. I think we probably have another 3 to 5 years before people really get serious. And I only say that because I bring up a lot of stuff over the years. Over the last 10, 15 years, I've brought up a lot of stuff. I brought up nonprofits. I brought up credit probably 20 years ago. Then, like, credit is sexy now. I brought that up 20 years ago. I brought up Bitcoin back in 2017 when it made like a 7,000% return. I had no clue what Bitcoin was. All I knew is it was something that made a 7,000% return. And for me, that's monumental. So that's when I jumped in. Back in those days, I brought up government contracting. Now people are literally trying to gravitate to that. Not a lot of people, though. Just a few. Just not a lot. So it's different things that's being brought up that people are not jumping on, and I don't know why. I have no clue why. I don't even try to make sense of it. I just do what I do, y'all. Some of y'all know me. Some of y'all don't. Just Google me. Charles McCutchen. Google me. Omit all the bad stuff and just look up, look me up or what have you. I had some people look me up, and I had one guy, he was like, I'm not even going to go there. But anyway, I had some people look me up. It is what it is. And I just add to my resume, really, just work on myself so I can get better, add to the resume so I can help more people. And that's how we live life. Just continue to help people. And God is going to make a way for those who come to the table, really. But if you don't come to the table, I don't know how you're going to eat. That's just me. God gave Adam and Eve more than one stream to drink from. I did bring that up. He gave them 4 streams. To me, we have to have more than one source, family. I just don't believe one source is going to get it done. I do to the days and times we live in. I just don't believe it. It's more of I don't believe you don't do it alone either. I know that old African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I'm looking to go far. I don't need to go fast. We make a lot of mistakes going fast. It's more about getting with the right people, making the right decisions, and taking freaking action. Like, take massive action. Success loves speed. Some people just, slowly, 5 years, you're in the same place. Okay, it's time to do something different. It's time to get the mindset right, time to get the mentors, time to get around people who've been there, done that, and then it's time to take the right steps, take the right actions, and move. That's what we do. So today I talk to y'all about opportunity zones, and I'm going to keep talking about it because this is for businesses, this is to get funding, this is for real estate, this is to change your community, this is to do something different. That's what it comes down to. And I'm not only a client. I'll keep it at that. But I do want to thank Ms. Kimmy out there in St. Louis. We actually are going to be working on St. Louis as well. We got some stuff out there. It's just I must do my part for the developments here in Virginia before I start venturing out and doing all this other stuff. I get so many people want me to venture and do this other stuff, and I'm like, I can't. I have a commitment that I've been diligent to for some time now. I'm just going to keep it easy for some time now. And we are so close to making this a reality. We should get great news this Wednesday coming up. And I have some other people that I need to talk to on the funding side of things. So multiple sources of funds are going to come in. We're going to close this out, and then we're going to go to the media and have conversations for everybody to know what we're doing, and then invite people to come out and see what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So I want to thank the whole Elation family, Elation Radio, Elation, everything that's going to be coming up. I'm not going to talk on it right now, but I'm definitely going to be helping to push that agenda when I get up and running with this. We're going to get great news this Wednesday. I'm going to take that. But outside of that, I'm going to pray us out. Dear God, I want to give thanks to you at this time. We live in a world full of worry. Not a lot of peace prevails, and looking for great news again. Forgive us for forgetting that your love never changes, your love never fades, and that you never abandon us and the purpose of what you sent us here. Please give us the strength and the mental fortitude we need to move forward and know that everything will be okay, because everything happens on your time. Continue to bless us and our families during these trying times. Keep us safe, keep us healthy. We may not always see the clear picture, but we know you didn't bring us this far to only bring us this far. In your name I pray, amen, amen, and amen. And hallelujah to everybody out there. Hallelujah. I'm your favorite entrepreneur.